StreamBase Studio is the TIBCO Streaming Eclipse-based integrated development environment. Because Studio is a visual environment and problems occur interactively, when a problem occurs in Studio, it is often difficult to explain the issue. Studio has two features which can help to communicate the details of a problem to support. 1. The StreamBase Studio Support Console. 2. The StreamBase Studio Support Wizard. Support may ask you to enable and configure the Support Console when working directly with you on a support case. Use the Support Wizard to collect information about a problem into a zip file, which support can review independently. The StreamBase Support Console reports the internal activity of Eclipse and the Studio plugin. To see the StreamBase Support Console, if it is not already showing, open the console view from the Window menu. Open the Open Console menu and select the StreamBase Support Console. Here is a defect we recently found in Studio where clicking around the PMML sample application raises a null pointer exception, but only once. Afterwards, the EventFlow application can be edited without further problems. The error dialog only reports the exception. It is only because we had the Studio Support Console open that we saw the error stack trace as the problem happened. We do not expect the typical Studio user to understand the stack trace, troubleshoot the issue, or identify workarounds. When working with TIBCO Support on a support case, support may ask you for this console output to assist immediate troubleshooting. More typically, support will ask for a Support Wizard report. Now let's look at debug logging. The normal console view shows runtime log output. The support console configuration and output is separate and independent from any runtime debug logging configuration. It is specific to only showing what Studio is doing while a developer is working. Here's an application that cannot open correctly in the editor. In this case, the file has been damaged. The error identifies a bad element, bx, which may be difficult to know how to correct. There's no way to edit the event flow visually in the editor. The support console shows some debug messages and some warn messages. If the support console was not open, the only information would be the type check error and the brief warning in the dialog. Most users could correct this by reverting recent changes from version control. If working with support, this error stack will help explain what was being done at the time of the error. To capture debug logging to a file, use the Start Logging to Binary File option, then recreate the problem. Start Logging to a binary file uses the default file name serializestudiologdata.bin. The same information is captured continuously in the Studio error log and will be included in the Support Wizard reports. Not every warning is important. Some internal activity may be reported as errors and warnings, but most are harmless. Some warnings relate to the incomplete type check status. This is work in progress and not a problem within Studio. There are additional facilities available which I'll describe briefly because they're not commonly used. The advanced logging options for debugger packet logging and cluster view update logging add several additional record types beyond the default logging filter values. The debugger packet logging option logs activity at trace level. It adds to the log the Studio to Streaming Engine client communication. For this option, the Start Logging to a Binary File option is recommended as it produces a lot of output, which will not be understandable within the console view, but can be parsed and examined in a programmer's editor afterwards. The Cluster View Update Logging option adds status changes that are also shown in the clusters view. The Display Studio Events command does not add additional logging. Instead, it opens a dialog window immediately showing Studio launch and node events from the session history. This does not add any new information to the console output. To communicate Studio problems to support and engineering, capture the recent Studio activity and configuration using the StreamBase Studio Support Wizard. The contact information is optional, but good to make sure we associate the report with the right customer. The most important part is to capture the error log. but since the problem may be sensitive to machine environment and studio configuration, the other information may be required to resolve the issue. A picture will help explain what was seen in Studio as a result of the problem. The options to include the project and node snapshot will make the final report zip file considerably larger. If the problem is specifically related to a single project or is related to launching a fragment in the test debug perspective, then these are offered to provide that related information. Before collecting the reports, the wizard shows what has been selected. If anything is missing or incorrectly included, you may use the back button to correct this. An output file is required before being allowed to finish. Attach the wizard report zip file to your support case to communicate details of the problem to support. Thank you for watching my presentation. Please leave any suggestions or comments here, or visit our community site. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to our channel.